Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you and let me be crystal clear, leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to get out of that coffin. You tried lifting the lid, but the enormous weight upon the lid from the dirt prevents you from opening that lid. You try banging on the lid to unsettle the dirt. Maybe somebody will start noticing and start digging their way down towards you to help you. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of drug and alcohol addiction. You know you need help. You know you can't do it on your own, but you don't know where to turn for help. In reality, there are people by your grave. You just don't know that. You just think you're going to die. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind while you were abusing drugs and alcohol that maybe, just maybe, you might overdose and take something away that God had given you called life? More selfishly, you might take your life away from the people that count and need you most. Your husband, your wife, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your children, and even your grandchildren. With this, let me leave one last thought. Don't be like the person that I just read about on these index cards that waited and waited until it was way too late. Pick up the phone and call me at 844-405-HELP, and I promise I'll help you take your life back before your life is gone. Larry Geis from the Geis Academy, 516-458-2741. Larry Geis and I always tell folks like you, doesn't matter where you came from, it doesn't matter where you've been. What matters most is where you are going. Do you know where you're going? If you're going down the path to make it better today and a brighter tomorrow, you're doing good. And if you need assistance with that, call Larry at 516-458-2741 or go to www.odysseyconsultant.org. Let Larry Geis help you go from addiction to recovery, depression to happier times, low self-esteem to improving your self-esteem. Larry Geis from the Geis Academy, 516-458-2741. Don't forget to take your slippers off at night and don't leave them by the edge of your bed but under your bed. In the morning, when God allows you to wake up, to see the nice streams and waterfalls, when God gives you another day in this earth, thank Him while you're on your knees retrieving your slippers. I call this Knee-mail, K-N-E-E mail. Knee-mail is your chat line, your telephone service, your email between you and God. Knee-mail, it's your daily prayer, asking God for guidance and forgiveness, thanking God for having, I like to say, having food, water, clothing, all those good things. Let today be the first day of your new life. Utilize Knee-mail. Stand straight up, roll your shoulders back, stick your chest out, and walk with God 24/7. How would you survive if you would be suddenly homeless? People can become homeless for a number of reasons. They could be hit with a financial downturn and lose their job and eventually even lose their home. Or they could simply be kicked out of the home they are in. Regardless of the reason, suddenly becoming homeless isn't an ideal position to find yourself in. And it isn't something most people are prepared for. If you should ever find yourself in a situation where you become homeless, here are some tips on what to do and how to survive. When you find out that you're going to become homeless, the best thing for you to do first is to figure out what are you going to do with your belongings, your personal stuff. Look, I'm my cat. You could check out with a friend or a relative to see if they are willing to let you leave some of your belongings with them. You could also look into a storage locker, but that will cost you money to rent. A good idea is selling your items. You will get rid of a lot of things that will make some cash for you to hold you over. If time permits, hold a garage sale. Sell off the big items that will be hard to take with you, or the items that can't be stored in someone's home. You can also list items for free on Craigslist or for a small fee on eBay. If you still own a car, you could sleep in there and also keep some of your stuff in there. Be aware that in some cities, it is illegal to sleep in your car, so you will have to check out with your state laws. In general, vehicle rest stops or truck stops allow sleeping in your vehicle. Some churches will also allow you to park and sleep in their parking lot if you ask them. If you do not have availability to a vehicle to sleep in, you will need to look for a shelter. Most cities have homeless shelters where you can stay. There are some programs that are in place to help homeless people get along or get long-term housing. Depending on the city, some will have long waiting lists, others may not. If there are no government-assisted options, you will have to start looking for alternative shelters. Look for places that are open to the public and not illegal for you to be sleeping there. No matter where you sleep, you will need to look for food to hold you over. Most cities have soup kitchens that provide homeless with food. You can also look for restaurants that normally throw out their rejected or messed up orders. Ask the manager if you wouldn't mind letting you take the food rather than throwing it out into the dumpster. You will also need to figure out a way to clean up. Many public places have open showers such as parks, churches, beaches, hospital bathrooms, or even pool areas. You can also use secluded body of water like a lake or a river to wash in. If there's no way for you to completely bath or shower, you can give yourself a sponge bath or at least wipe clean with in a public restroom. You will also need to clean your clothes every now and then to remain presentable. It's best to have a few pieces of clothing as possible to get by. If you can keep up a nice dress shirt for going on interviews when you plan on to get back on your feet, that is suggestible. You can use whatever soap you can find to clean your clothes: shampoo, body wash, hand soap from public bathrooms. For some quick cash, you can look for aluminum cans or glass bottles to sell for recycling. This most likely will not bring you enough money to make a living, but it can help you in the need of time to buy some food. Look through public trash cans in areas where people eat often. Dumpsters outside of restaurants and bars are also good places for you to find bottles. These types of establishments go through many bottles of beer, wine, and liquor each and every night. Your ultimate goal, once you become homeless, should be to get back on your feet, no matter what. Most major cities have programs that will help you in job placements. There are also job placement agencies that have jobs for everything from accounting to labor positions. Suddenly becoming homeless is not an ideal situation to be in. If it should happen to you, follow some of these tips that I have just gone over with you and go accordingly, and eventually get back on your feet, and get back on your feet quickly. Were you ever homeless? We'd love to hear from you. Give me a call at 844-405-HELP or text me at 631-599-0218, or even write to me at Ralf, that's R-A-L-F, at Take Your Life Back Today Show. Ralf at Take Your Life Back Today Show. R-A-L-F is my name, at Take Your Life Back Today Show. If you have a story and you want to share it on one of my videos, you can give me a phone call. We can do a phone interview. You don't have to give your name, but your story can help someone else, and I look forward to hearing from you. 844-405-HELP.